Well, hello. It is June 5th. Took 2 weeks off of the ECA stack. I'm back on her today. Oh boy, am I feeling the energy. Got 15 pounds down last time. Hopefully we go again. You know, really gonna watch what I eat. I'm so close to 300. Well, I feel I'm close to 300. I feel I'm moving better, feel a little bit slimmer, you know. Maybe I'm not, I don't know. But, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna get it done. So, good. There's a pause in that so you can edit it out. Daryl, edit it. Well, so I was telling you on the last one here. Today's Monday. The last one I did was yeah, I forgot yesterday. So because yesterday was a long day. Inventory day is always a long day. And I got to work half hour late, but obviously I asked my boss the day before. Because I was supposed to see Wonder Woman, if you remember, on Friday. One of our guys got sick, so I had to close. Friday, as I finished my other one, and I'm like, or was it Saturday? I forget. And I'm like, hey, got this fancy new microphone. I can hear everything good. Right after, I said, be good or be good at it. And I decided to take it off and take my laptop off my shoulder. It broke. I had to edit it. Seen a guy window down in a pickup truck. And I thought, uh-oh, I don't want him saying anything to me. I was like, when you have a sexy man beast like this wearing a tiara, you might get propositioned. And he was a decent guy. He offered me the full 40, but had to turn him down. I had to film this. I'm a little bit emotional. I tear up at movies. I cried up Lego Batman, for freak's sakes, right? But I mean, it was when it's all about the family, and I heard other people cried or were close to crying. So when I went into the theater, my eyes were already a little teary-eyed because I've been waiting to see this movie, and they're a little teary-eyed. So we watched a couple of the trailers, and it's funny because I watch Collider Movie Talk all the time. I'm so in the know about movies, and it's an hour-long show, so I mean, yeah, we can't watch it, but I'm so in the know about movies that my friend Letwin, my co-producer Letwin, every trailer comes up, I'm like, oh, Murder on the Orient Express, oh, Dunkirk. They're probably the first time they've been played in theaters. I know every single one of them, seen them all already, or heard them talked about. And I'll tell you, that Murder on the Orient Express, that looks good. Dunkirk looks good too. Can't wait to see that. Nolan. Alright, segue. Bring it back to the Batman verse. DCEU. So I was a little teary-eyed. When I'm watching the Wonder Woman, when she's a little girl, Wonder Girl. Wait, not yet. Don't know if that'll come up in DCEU. I didn't get teary-eyed watching just her, but when she was watching the Amazons train and she was training herself, I just thought, wow, that's badass. That is really just like, I was getting teary-eyed. And then you go through some exposition, but wonderfully done exposition, like French Renaissance paintings coming alive, showing the the gods fighting and all that. It's yeah, I guess I'm spoiling it. I better put spoilers, I don't know. It was just so well done. And then when she does that bracelet thing, and Robin Wright, Princess Buttercup, I'm gonna steal that Nolan's line and paraphrase it. You either die the princess or live long enough to become the Amazon. So Robin Wright, she cracks that little bit of a smile because she's starting to Wonder Woman Diana is starting to figure out who she is, become the warrior, that the weapon that she was meant to be, right? As they keep pointing at it. And so anyways, what was I? So then, you know, you see this in the trailer. Steve Trevor crash lands. The Germans follow. The Huns, they follow. I'm not going to go through every beat. This movie is just so well done. I cried a few times. I cried when I first saw the trailer. When that bullet comes out to her on the battlefield, and she deflects it in slow motion. That was just beyond epic, and I got teary-eyed watching that. I don't know, maybe I was supposed to be a girl. I know what you're thinking, who, Ursula? But just such a great movie. So it starts, right? It's like a fish out of water story. First, Steve Trevor's a fish out of water on Themyscira. Then Diana is a fish out of water in London. And so you get halves, and you know, there's just something like, these two have great chemistry. I mean, Chris Pine, he'd have great chemistry with anybody. It's Captain freaking Kirk. But it had a really good feminist message. But I gotta tell you, it wasn't feminist meaning we hate men and we only love women and we're a bunch of hairy armpitted women. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It was, I'm a powerful woman, you're a powerful man. That's it. That's it. So you eventually get to the scene that I just talked about, and it's so brilliant that is where the reveal. Because I heard somebody say this, superhero movies don't have that big epic reveal anymore. When she climbs up, you know it's coming, you know, and all of a sudden that big, you just see her in the aptly named no man's land. They said no man can cross it. Well, a Wonder Woman can. And that starts, and oh man, I had wonderful, beautiful, happy tears in my eyes. It was so gorgeous, such a beautifully shot scene. The trailer only shows you a little bit, and then it keeps going, and it's just, it's the fact that we had to wait 75 years for this. It's okay. If this is what we got, waiting 75 years, we're good. This was probably one of the best first endeavors of a superhero. And like Batman 1990 or Day 9, I always forget. I know there's Batman the movie from 1966 Batman, but Michael Keaton was really, you know, that was a TV show that had a theatrical release. The first theatrical release we talked about in the Batman reviews, it was like back in the 40s or something. So, but anyways, so Michael Keaton, that first one, the first X-Men, you know, showing all those X-Men and Logan, the first Iron Man, just wonderful. Batman Begins, which is probably my favorite Batman movie. I decided to think about it the other day, and I love Michael Keaton, but I think Batman Begins is my favorite. So very, like, by a hair over Michael Keaton's. And then the one I haven't mentioned, the first truly epic take on superheroes. Not epic take. The first, I sound like a millennial. Not that there's anything wrong with that. So, the first time in movies where a comic book hero was treated with gravitas. It's a John Rocco word. So he's treated with gravitas. Was Superman the movie, 1978. Richard Donner. Dick Donner to his friends. Can I be your friend, please, Richard? Dick. Anyway. Hattie Jenkins, she apparently talked about in some interviews and that she heavily was influenced by obviously Captain America, the first Avenger, a little bit, but mostly you can really see by that very first Superman movie with Dick Donner and Christopher Reeve, the man who is Superman. And I think the one thing that she got right there, definitely the tone and all that, but is that Christopher Reeve is Superman. Who's your favorite Superman? It's Christopher Reeve. Oh, who's your second favorite? Then you can argue. Gal Gadot is Wonder Woman. Like, just wow. And then after I saw it, I actually went and I started watching some of the trailers for Justice League and her scenes in BBS. And you can really tell she's really with it. Like, she's been living in the real world for about 100 years. So it makes sense. Now, she said she left mankind for 100 years. Wonder Woman left for 100 years. I do not think Diana did. I think Wonder Woman did, which is what they were talking about there. Because in the Justice League trailer, she's talking about how Cyborg is like biomechanical, or I keep saying biomimetic gel, but that's from Deep Space Nine. So yeah, so, and when she's talking about like, oh, he's biomechanical, this and that, clearly she knows what biomechanical is. So I mean, she's been here. Now it also shows in this movie she's super smart in this movie, right? Like, she knows, like, I don't know, hundreds of languages and ancient Sumerian, and anyways, it's crazy. So one thing I wanted to talk about was, let's go back to Themyscira. That's all over the place. I'm a rambler. The heart of a rambling man. Oh, and Themyscira. So Themyscira, right? So Zeus placed it there and he protected it with this shroud, right? So it's like this. It just, oh, it looks all dreary, no island. And if you do this, it's like you can see this gorgeous paradise island. Well, it reminded me of Kong Skull Island, and all I was thinking was, so that's where Zeus keeps his women, his Amazons, his spoiler, his secret weapon to defeating Ares. And over on Skull Island, that's where he keeps his monkey. They could be in the same universe, why not? Oh yeah, because Godzilla's in the same universe. And where the heck was Superman? Let them fight. I cannot wait to see Wonder Woman 2. I cannot wait to see Justice League. I am a fan of Batman v Superman. I cried at the Martha scene. I think I had a different take on it. Okay, I got it. And there's a few videos out there. John Campea, he has a video talking about why the Martha scene works and why it's not just a like our moms are the same first name. We are best friends now. Yeah, it was more than that. It was a whole bunch of factors. There was one guy who was talking about it, and he realized, like, he started crying in the video, and he didn't realize he was going to start crying. So I get the Martha scene, and for a lot of people, I think that Martha scene is the one that takes them out of the movie. I mean, I guess there's a lot of scenes and some crappy editing that, well, they wanted to get rid of half hour of footage, so you're going to get crappy editing, right? Ultimate Cut is awesome, except for what they did to Jimmy Olsen, aka Julian Luther Smallville, aka Justin Gabriel, before he found out that he was Julian Luther. I didn't recognize him with the beard until he said like Lois or Miss Lane, because he, in Smallville, he had a thing with Erica Durant as Lois Lane, and I was like, and as soon as he's like Lois, the way he, I know it's not an impression, but it's like Lois, and as soon as he said it the way he said it, I was like, oh, Justin Gabriel, Grant Gabriel, and so I was, anyways, getting off track. Martha, as you know, I've lost my mom. Batman's lost his mom. Superman's mom is being held by a psychopath. A 3-syllable word used by unintelligent people to describe things that they don't know. Is that the line? I forget. Well, when they do that, I cried because I got it. I got where Batman was coming from there. You know, why did you say that name? I'll tell you why he said that name. Because he's not going to say save my mom. That sounds kind of, I don't know, wimpish after you just get your ass handed to you. But the beauty of that is, in the moment that he knows he's going to die, he asked Batman to save another. He didn't beg for his life. He asked him to save another. And that alone is just like, that's why Martha works, right? If it don't work for you, that's fine, but that's why it works for me. So I like Batman v Superman. I like Man of Steel. It felt like a punch to the gut when he killed Zod. Spoilers. But that's good. That's good. You know, it's Suicide Squad. I like the aesthetic and the characters and everything about Suicide Squad, but oh man. So mini review. Amanda Waller says, well, if Superman came down with evil, we need a group that can take him on. And she thought, how about a guy who throws boomerangs? Yep. Oh, and a mentally unstable lass who has a baseball bat and a mallet. So that's kind of nuts. And I'm not even going to get into the Enchantress. But I like the movie, you know, for what it was. It was definitely the weakest of the four. 1, 2, 3 up to that point. But now, it's become a joke on Honest Trailers. Man of Steel, right? They're like, well, hopefully Batman v Superman's good. Batman v Superman. Well, Suicide looks good, right? Then Suicide Squad, they're like, well, that was got Wonder Woman. Yeah, we We have Wonder Woman now. We have Wonder Woman. It has propped up the DCEU. Oh, are they going to catch up to Marvel? They're caught up. They are caught up. We got Wonder Woman. We got Justice League coming out. Will it be as good as Avengers? Who knows? But Superman's gonna come back. We got Ben Affleck. Got Gal Gadot. Aquaman. Who knew Jason Momoa would be? Who knew the coolest thing? The coolest thing about Justice League, we'd all be going like, "Oh, that Aquaman's badass." Never in a million years did anybody think that. So, but Jason Momoa, he's Hawaiian, got the tat. It's like, this is what someone looks like from a beach town. So I'm really looking forward to that. So Wonder Woman. What else can I say? Anyways, that's the vlog for today. Vlog happens June 5th, and my Wonder Woman / DCEU review. It's gonna be a long one today, which means it'll probably take 3 days to upload. I made too many references that I gotta put pictures up for. So instead of saying my usual sign off, I think I'm gonna, spoilers, turn the video off now. My sign off today is going to be, I'll save today, you save the world. I love you. Moving right along. I can't sing anymore. Copyright.